Okay, guys, here we go. Good afternoon, everybody. And if you're in Italy, buonasera. Or
Buonasera, buonasera.
if you're Italian and you're in the United States, buon pomeriggio. Thank you so much for joining us on Day Trip to Wine Country virtual session today. We are excited about today's show. It's going to be fun. We're going to Italy, and specifically to Sicily, to the Palermo province, which is all the way down south in Italy. So, you know, if you're like me and you've forgotten most of your high school geography, I'm going to show you first where we are going in Italy. I'll get out of the way here. All the way at the bottom, you see the red arrow there. That's Sicily and the Palermo province. And then specifically, we're going to the Cusumano Winery, which is right here. If you see this map of Sicily, and again, I'll get out of the way. It's up in the corner there in a beautiful part of the Sicily area. And you're going to see the absolutely gorgeous, spectacular vineyards that they have at Cusumano. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. And we're going to meet our guest of honor today, which is truly a privilege to have him. So really quickly, in the Palermo province in Sicily, we're going to a little town called Partinico, which is famous originally for an ancient cantina called the Cantina Borbonica, which was built by King Federico or King Frederick 200 years ago. And the town of Partinico has also become famous, and this is of course relevant for us today, for the Cusumano Winery. Cusumano Winery was established about 20 years ago in 2001 when two brothers, Alberto and Diego, took over from their father Francesco. And from that day on, they've been really consistent and made great wine. Their philosophy has been to emphasize the importance of the terroir, or the land, the soil, the investment in technology, and above all, a passion for winemaking. What would be a virtual visit to an Italian winery without passion for winemaking? And we're going to taste 4 selections virtually today in the tasting. All of them can be purchased here in the United States at the Heights Chateau wine store in Brooklyn. And you can order them by contacting Alex at Heights Chateau or calling the phone number at Heights Chateau. I'm going to put that up in the screen right now. Just checking through here really quickly. There's a URL, sorry. There's a URL to watch here to go to for Heights Chateau, and also Alex's email address. So this is the ordering information. If you want to jot it down, I'll get out of the way. There's some incentives if you order 6 bottles or a case, but you can contact Alex at Heights Chateau or call that phone number you see on the screen behind me. So we're looking forward to the show. Please, as always, when you are listening and watching, use the Q&A panel in Zoom, if you would, to ask any questions. Also, let us know in the chat where in the world you are tuning in from. We'd love to hear where you're based, and we do have people tune in from all over creation. So without further ado, it's my true pleasure today to host Diego Cusumano, the co-founder of Cusumano Winery. Welcome, Diego. It's great having you on the show today.
Ciao a tutti. Buonasera a tutti.
Buonasera a tutti. So listen, tell us, you know, for those of us who are new to your winery, tell us a little bit about, you know, how you got started. How did the winery get started originally?
Okay. Sorry for my English. My English is terrible.
No, it's much better than my Italian.
You know, this is a funny story. When I am young in the school, when I have 13 years old. In the school came with two different teachers, French teacher and English teacher. The English teacher is a terrible, and the French is a beautiful and young. And I chose French, and now I have a big problem in my life. But okay, my name is Diego, and with my brother Alberto and my father Francesco, born this winery, and we started 2000. But my father Francesco is a producer, producer grape and producer wine in bulk for 60 years ago, 65 years ago. And 2000, I finished to study economy. My brother studied agronomy, and we decided to start with our vineyard to produce our wine. We call in the winery a young winemaker from Piedmont, Mario Ronco, and we started. The first year is 2000. 2000, we showed the first wine at the Vinitaly in Verona, 2001. Mm-hmm. It's an incredible moment for the Sicilian wine market, because all the people look at the wine of the New World, and Sicily is in Europe the first area that have the same thing near the wine of the New World, because we have sun, we have a beautiful light, we have a big island which present a different terroir. And the first vintage is 2000 vintage at the Vinitaly 2001. I remember in the Vinitaly 2001, our stand is 9 metri quadrati, come si dice?
9 square meters.
9 square meters. And it's very small.
So that's small, 9 square.
Small.
You're talking about just
very small. The people coming for visit us, and it's a very small, but it's a very important moment for Cusumano, because of the people coming, understand the quality and the success is immediately. But we arrived in just a moment for Sicilian wine, because all the people in the world look the new wine from Sicily.
And so let me explain, if I can, to the audience. Vinitaly is a trade exposition. It's a trade show for the wine producers in Italy. Yes.
Yeah, sure. The most important.
Many wineries come, and
all the winery from Italy can. All the winery of Italy. Yes.
Yeah. So it's probably like 1,000 wineries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you went in 2000 for your first vintage.
Yes. And I remember that.
Go ahead.
And I remember that we don't have the label in the bottle. We don't have the label, because we have the wine, we have the bottle, and the right with hand. We write the name of the wine. No, Nero d'Avola, by Tenuta San Giacomo. No label. It's incredible. It's just start. Yes.
And let me ask you a question. Even though the bottles had no labels on them, at the first trade show you ever went to,
yes, you know why?
Was the trade show a success?
It's incredible success. It's
really?
Incredible success.
That's
it's
amazing.
Incredible, because the professional people that come in our stand, understanding that we are the producer, we are the artisan. We work with our hand, we work with our vineyard, and is come si posso dire, quasi per magia, no? What means? It's magic. It's magic. Everything is incredible. And it's just one thing really important. After 1 week after the Vinitaly, all the top importer in the world that visit us, ask us that we like to import your wine in our country. It's incredible.
All right, now let me stop you. Let me stop you for a second. I want to explain to the audience. So I love this story because Diego is giving us the background on why Cusumano is the #1 Sicilian wine in the United States. So only 20 years ago, they went to their first trade show with bottles with no labels on them. They just hand wrote the name of the wine on the bottle.
Yeah.
And the wines were so well received. And now they're the #1 Sicilian wine in the US. I love this story. It's amazing. And was your father, Francesco, was he making wine before 2000 or was
he's making wine 5 years. Wow. Before 2000.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But he don't sell wine in bottle. He sell wine in bulk.
He sold wine in bulk, so he would sell.
Yes, exactly.
He would sell tanks of wine, not bottles of wine.
Yes. And when I finished to study economy, 93, 94, I spoke with my father and my brother that I have a dream. I would like to produce with our name, our wine with our vineyard. No bulk, only wine in bottle with top quality.
Yep.
And we invest a lot of time in the vineyard and capitale umano, così human resource. I have near me Maria. You know that Maria is the really CEO of the winery because is my girlfriend in the past. We studied together.
Yeah.
We studied together at the university. Is my girlfriend, but after he changed me for a rich lawyer. Sure. It's true. Is it true? Is it true? But you know that, and we spoke with my father that we have a dream. We want to produce with our vineyard, with a beautiful vineyard. We want to produce our wine. We call the winemaker from Piedmont because the Piemontese people have a very big culture of the vineyard. And the success of the wine stay in the vineyard, not in the winery. The success stay in the vineyard. And after 2001, when we present wine in Italy, we check in any part of Sicily the best soil, the best location for the new vineyard.
Yeah.
And after 20 years, now we have 5 different estates in different parts of Sicily because Sicily is a continent.
Yep.
It is
so
not an island.
Let me show that to everybody. I'm going to get out of the way here. Can you tell them what we're looking at? What is this picture here?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is a Sicily, the beautiful part, the beautiful area in Italy, the best, the #1. We have, you know that you look at that this is Sicily, just an example why Sicily is a continent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have the example of the Chardonnay in this area in the Ficuzza. Ficuzza is at 700 meters above the sea and is near Corleone. Okay, in this area we have the Chardonnay. In this area, our colleague have a Chardonnay in this area. It's in the south of Sicily. Same example, Memphis, you know. And the harvest, the distance between the Ficuzza and Memphis is 200 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers. The Chardonnay in Ficuzza, the harvest start the 1st August. The Chardonnay, in Memphis. The Chardonnay in Ficuzza start 10 September. Same in Piedmont, same time in Piedmont. with the same grape, two different location, 1 month different maturation. Is it unique in the world?
Yep, I'm going to show everybody on my screen here. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
This is the map that Diego is talking about right now.
Exactly. If you look at Ficuzza and you look at Agrigento, Agrigento by the car is 2 hours by car, okay? But if you look at the grape, Chardonnay, the same grape in Ficuzza is ready in the 10 September. In Agrigento, 1st August, because in Ficuzza we have a 700 meters altitude. In Agrigento is 200 meters. And when arrive at the beautiful window of the North Africa, the name is Scirocco, the vineyard near the sea, the maturation increase immediately, and the sugar go up. In Ficuzza, at 700 meters, during the night we have 12, 30 degrees Celsius. In the day we have 30 degrees Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
This big difference between night and day is fantastic for slow maturation of the grape and the beautiful acidity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you look at Sicily, it's the unique place in the world, is the unique region in the world that the harvest starts the 1st August and the finish the first week of November in Etna.
Wow.
3 months harvest.
So the harvest lasts from August 1st.
Yes,
November.
And finish in Etna sometime
Wow.
the 1st week of November.
That's
and this is really important. In this moment, the people in the world, and especially in the United States, speak about the Sicilian wine.
Yep.
Okay, but we don't have one type of Sicilian wine. We have different style because coming from different terroir, for different lineage, soil and grape.
Yep.
Different altitude, different composition of the soil.
Yep.
It's incredible.
So now let us show another. I want to show another picture because you're talking about soil, and then we're going to start tasting wines here. But let me show this picture of soil, and this is in one of your vineyards, San Giacomo. Yes.
Absolutely.
Diego, what's going on with this soil? This soil looks white.
Yes, it's a 100% calcareous soil.
Volcanic.
Calcareum.
Oh, calcium. Wow.
Calcium, sorry. Calcium.
Wow.
And it's white, total white. The light inside this area is incredible. We are the vineyard at 400 meters above the sea. And there is the light directly and reflected by the soil and the grape, and the maturation is incredible.
Yeah.
The tannin is a ground, is an unbelievable marriage, soil and the Nero d'Avola grape.
Wow, that's incredible. That's amazing. I love that story. Well, I saw this picture that Maria sent me, and I said, "Oh my God, that's the soil. That's totally unique and unusual." Yeah. So let's keep moving around to other parts of the. You have a beautiful. This might be the most. It might be the most beautiful winery and vineyards that we visited all year long. We do these virtual tastings every week, and here's another background of just a vineyard. Incredible. The barrels in the cellar, absolutely beautiful. I know one of the things that Cusumano is famous for is being an artisanal winery, but the actual design and the beauty of the place is incredible as well. And I wanted to share that with everybody.
Thank you.
And of course, then you have other vineyards where the soil is totally different. Like here, this
this is in Etna. If
yeah,
you look, the soil is a black soil. It's
black
a volcanic soil.
yeah,
This is the Caricante grape. It's the indigenous grape from Etna. Is in
yeah,
other words, is a totally another word. Etna is in North Sicily.
yeah,
Etna is an island into the island.
yep. So now let's start tasting wines. We're going to taste 4 wines. We're starting off with, I'm putting the bottle in my background here. This is the, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the Chamaris, which is
Chamaris.
white wine.
Chamaris in English for me is very difficult, but Maria, help me. What means Chamaris, Maria? Please.
Chamaris means shining sea. So it wants to remind the sea because the estate where we produce this wine, it's very close to the sea.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why we decide to use this
Okay.
name.
Chamaris is a wine with 100% Grillo. Grillo is one of the best traditional Sicilian grape.
Right.
But it's a funny story. It's a funny story.
And let me ask the audience one question. If you would, in the chat, the grape is spelled. I'm going to put it in the chat panel here for everybody to see. It's called Grillo, and it's Grillo. Has anybody who's watching actually had a wine made from Grillo? Because this is one of the things we do, Diego, with our audience. We try to talk as much about new grapes that people have never tried and how there's amazing wines that we Americans have never heard of Grillo, but it's a wonderful grape and it makes great wine.
Okay. In this part, it is a very important story about Grillo because in the past, the producer, use this type of grape for produce Marsala brandy because it's a very, very beautiful structure grape. And don't use this type of grape in the past for producing a white wine. And a lot of these vineyards stay near Marsala, near the sea. The problem of the vineyard near the sea that when the summer is more hot, the acidity of the Grillo go down and the wine is more fat. After 3 years of experimentation, we planting the Grillo in Tenuta Monte Pietroso at 400 meters above the sea. No people in the past planting this type of grape at this altitude. Only crazy producer. Cusumano is a crazy producer. And we wait 5 years.
Yeah.
In Tenuta Monte Pietroso, there is a magic combination because it's a north exposition of the grape.
Yeah.
400 meters above the sea and around 3-4 kilometers from the sea. The north location in this area coming during the summer a special wind. The name is Tramontana. It's a wind from the north. And during the afternoon in the summer, the temperature of the grape goes down and the day is hot. These are really important for the slow maturation and the beautiful acidity of the grape.
Mm-hmm.
We start the harvest regularly around 8 to 10 September, depending on the summer. Example, tomorrow and after tomorrow, we start with the harvest in this area. It's a very traditional vinification. The wine stay 6 months fermented in inox and stay 6 months in the fine lees, on the fine lees for 16 months. Mm-hmm. And after we we bottled the wine. It's just 8 hectares of the fantastic Grillo. And what is a really important thing, when I speak about the Sicilian wine, is more generic. If you testing the Grillo in United States for other producer, it's good Grillo, absolutely good Grillo, but it's a total another style, because a lot of Grillo coming from the vineyard near the sea. This is the unique Grillo at 400 meters.
Yep. So now, what are the
without water in asciutto?
You don't do irrigation. Yeah. So what are the tasting notes? What is this Grillo all about? What does it taste like? And what is a good food to pair with it?
Allora, io sento chiaramente okay, in English, sorry. In English is very good. Allora, io trovo fiori bianchi di giardino.
So, on the nose,
e miele.
spring white flowers.
Yep.
Di giardino primavera.
Spring and primavera.
Yes, sure.
Spring white flowers and honey.
And honey. Beautiful.
And you know that sento anche questa nota di leggero ananas.
And a very small note of pineapple.
Pineapple. Yep. So it's got a little bit of tropical fruit. And
dried pineapple.
Allora, io questo vino, this wine, I like to eat. I eat this wine with, and not to drink this wine with. I have a beautiful tasting in New York with another brother that I have in New York. I have another brother, very important brother for me. Is a Tony Di Dio. Is my brother in New York, and I tasting this wine with Tony in the beautiful restaurant in New York with pasta con le sardine pasta, and bread and broccoli. What is
oh my God!
And broccoli.
I love it.
Unbelievable combination. It's incredible.
That's a great combination. And
Yes.
by the way, for everybody watching, this wine, which is a beautiful white wine, is only $21.99 per bottle. And that's before you do any, if you order a few bottles, they do discounts at the Heights Chateau. So let's move on to the, I'm going to change next to the Nero d'Avola.
Yes, sure.
Which is the Cusumano Nero d'Avola. I'm going to put the bottle in my background. This is the bottle of wine, everybody, made from the white calcium soil. And we had a question from one of our viewers who said, who asked the question, what does that white soil, what characteristic does the white soil give the Nero d'Avola?
Exactly. Beautiful question. Allora, we have different Nero d'Avola in different parts of Sicily, because Nero d'Avola is our king, no? It's the best important red grape in Sicily. But in Tenuta San Giacomo in Butera, there is an incredible combination grape and soil. Tenuta San Giacomo is at 400 meters above the sea. This is important. Altitude in Sicily is really, really important. The calcareous soil is good because gives, and especially the elegance of the wine. In the other part of Sicily, the Nero d'Avola is a little bit rustic, a little bit aggressive. The tannin is a little bit strange.
Yeah, a little tough.
In this part, the tannin is very ground, very soft, and the wine have a beautiful fruity taste. The wine is more elegant than power. It's a really, really important for us.
So the calcium actually softens the finish of the wine.
Sure, the texture of the wine is a very elegant.
And is this Nero d'Avola, I assume, but correct me if I'm wrong, this I assume is your #1 seller in the United States, yes?
Yeah, sure. For every years, in
And
the
th-
last 20 years.
And by the way, guys,
With COVID and without COVID.
this one is only $10.99 a bottle, so you're getting the advantage of volume and the fact that Cusumano does so much of this wine in the U.S. But I can't wait to try this one because it sounds beautiful, and that soil is so interesting.
It's a really important. This is very important that is 100% with our grape, and all the vineyard is sustainable. Sustainable, yes, it's 100% with our grape. It's a totally estate bottle, and it's sustainable. And when I introduced this wine in the tasting in the United States, is a very luxury entry-level wine. This is my spot. Luxury entry-level wine.
A luxury entry-level
wine. Yes, it's entry-level because the price is very good. But luxury because all the operation is a manual operation, is an artisan operation, and all the wine is only with our grape. We know ogni singolo acino di questo vino.
So we know all the grape.
So Diego, we have a question from Nancy. She said you mentioned several times that the altitude above sea level is important for these vineyards. What does the altitude do? Does it add to the flavor? Does it change the flavor? What does the altitude do?
Altitude is important for two really important things. One, for the fresh and elegant style of the wine, and the second, for the long life of the wine in Sicily.
Okay, so you'll have a longer growing season.
Aging potation.
You have a longer growing season, and therefore the wines have more time to ripen, and the flavor increases the more time they're on the vine.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. And then Steve has a question, and this is a relevant question for the Nero d'Avola. He's asking, have you specifically or intentionally taken the approach of making your wines very affordable and reasonably priced in the US?
In these cases, for the Nero d'Avola is a chance that our terroir give us. È una chance che il nostro territorio ci dà, perché è una terra generosa in quella zona, in quella parte, che ci dà la possibilità di produrre le uve in maniera naturale, senza costi aggiuntivi nell'agricoltura, e quindi vogliamo riversarlo anche ai nostri consumatori.
In this area, where we have the Tenuta San Giacomo, this estate, the soil is very generous, so give us the possibility to produce a wine that it's 100% natural. I mean, comes from the nature, and we don't have that high additional cost to do at the winery because it comes right directly from the grape. And we want to give this opportunity. We want to take this opportunity to let people taste our Nero d'Avola. This is just an expression of our Nero d'Avola. We use Nero d'Avola grape for other wines also.
And I assume that because the terroir, the land is very fertile,
Exactly. When I say generous, I mean fruitful.
And you probably get a high amount of tons of grapes per acre or per hectare, right?
No, okay, exactly. But the really important thing is that we don't need come dice, trattamenti.
Okay. Diego is saying
Because of the
that
condition.
because of the combination of soil, climate, so the particular condition we have there, we don't need to do treatment in the vineyards as other producer in the north of Italy, for example, has to do. So in this way, we can produce a wine which is sustainable and saving the money that other producers have to spend to protect the vineyards.
To spray the vineyard and to do other.
Exactly, with treatment that we don't need to do because of the particular condition of that area.
Yep. And how much time does this Nero d'Avola spend in the barrel aging?
No, dice quanto tempo spende nella barrica?
No barrica, only stainless steel.
No.
Only stainless steel. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No barrica.
Got it. So, and what's the vintage? What year is this Nero d'Avola?
2018.
2018. So we drink this one relatively soon after it's in the bottle. We don't have to age it so much.
Okay. Yes.
Excellent. What's your favorite meal, your favorite food to pair with this Nero d'Avola?
I prefer to eat a beautiful, is a combination nice in Sicily with spiedini di pesce spada.
Swordfish, swordfish.
Impanati.
With this is a good combination.
And a little bit caponata.
And some caponata, do you know the caponata?
Yeah, caponata has the capers.
There's a miracle in Sicily.
So a swordfish with caponata sauce.
Sure.
Exactly.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. So now we're gonna move to a different vineyard.
Now we go in the other part of Sicily.
Alta Mora.
Yes, we go to Etna mountain.
The Etna mountain. Yep.
Yes. Mount Etna.
Mount Etna.
Very important. It's
I put the bottle up on my screen here. This is a Alta Mora Etna Bianco white wine.
Exactly. We stay in Etna. Etna is incredible. It's magic. It's unique. It's the unique part of the world that the vineyard stay near our active volcano.
On the slopes of an active volcano.
Exactly.
Active volcano.
Exactly. During the harvest, if you alzi la testa,
you can see
the volcanic eruption.
You can see the smoke coming out from the volcano.
Okay. In this part, exactly.
Do you see the ash too?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Sure.
The wind.
Depends on the wind. Sometimes the airport of Catania is closed because the wind is very intensive and
so you have the ash and the winds. They are forced to close the airport.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Is another wine, another winery, another style of wine, another terroir, total different of the traditional Sicily that we tested before.
Yeah.
We have in Etna, we are the vineyard stay around 700, 800, 1,000 meters above the sea. The harvest in Etna start for the white around 10, 15 October.
Wow.
In Sicily, the traditional Sicily, the harvest finish around 20 September.
Mm-hmm.
And in Etna, the white wine, the grape, start 15 October. Wow. Just a funny story. Our winemaker coming from Piedmont, and sometime he finished the harvest with Barolo in Piedmont, a can in Etna for starting the harvest.
Wow.
Okay? Quindi Etna stay in Sicily, but is not Sicily.
Yeah.
What is the very incredible combination? Soil, 100% lava. Altitude, 800 to 1,000 meters. The soil is a mineral rich, incredible mineral rich. And we have two different important indigenous grapes in Etna. For the white, Caricante. For the red, Nerello Mascalese. But Etna is a very small, the vineyard is a very old vineyard, and present in this small terroir, very small subzones. The name of this subzones is a contrade.
Yeah.
One contrada is different of other for altitude, for composition of the minerality, for altitude. This is beautiful. This is Guardiola. This is the art of Etna.
And so this is on. We're showing a picture right now of Mount Etna.
Yes. When I see my first time, when I go in the Etna, my first time with my brother Alberto, my father, and the winemaker Mario Ronco, and we see first time this part, Guardiola, is the same when you see the beautiful women in your life. It's incredible. It's unique. It's sexy. It's elegant. It's unique. You look that it's a small amphitheater. It's a very small terrace. The vineyard is very old. It's incredible combination.
You know what's interesting, Diego, is I'm seeing here, because we're at a high altitude, you see those evergreen tree, like pine trees in the background.
Right.
Because it's probably cold up there. Yeah?
Yes.
Wow.
But I don't think for me is easy with my English or with our conversation to give you and your people what is Etna. We need that you come in Etna because Etna is incredible, is unique. You see the vineyard that are 100.5 years old.
Wow.
150 anni, 100.5 years old. The production is incredible. If you look at this photo, the vineyard is in vertical vineyard, no?
Yeah.
We start at 800 meters and finish at 1,000 meters. In the same vineyard, we have 6 different time of harvest.
Yeah.
Because the maturation of the grape is different, depend on the small terrace and the altitude of the small terrace. It's incredible.
So now, Diego, tell us about this. Here is the Alta Mora Bianco from Mount Etna. What are the characteristics of this white wine?
The sapidity and the minerality.
Minerality.
Yes, it's incredible. Sapidity and the mineral salinity. Right. Yes, salinity and minerality. And the very important thing, every year the bottle is better. It's a very, if you drink
so
now.
This is a white wine that gets better with age.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Yes. Now we're testing 2018. Fantastic vintage.
Vintage, yep.
The grape is a very traditional fermentation. The wine stays usually for around 6 or 8 months, 10 months, and after in bottle for another 3-4 months before to show the wine in the market.
And this one is $22.99 at Heights
Yes.
Chateau. Still very, very affordable, very accessible price-wise. What is a great food to go with this wine, Diego?
Okay, I like this wine. Maria is a very good chef. Maria is very.
I used to drink it with roast scampi and nothing else. I mean, just roast scampi, the right salt, good quality of olive oil, and the combination is really
It's fantastic.
So,
You can
but
tell
with calamari, fried calamari, with
calamari.
grilled vegetables, with many things. It's very versatile.
You can tell from how Maria's talking that she's a good cook.
Yeah, sure. Maria is incredible.
All right, so now this white wine has a brother or a sister that is a red wine, also from Alta Mora, the same vineyard we were just looking at that beautiful picture of.
It's a Nerello Mascalese.
And that's the grape, yeah?
Yes. Nerello Mascalese is a unique in Etna. It's an indigenous grape in Etna.
Yeah, indigenous to Mount Etna. It's only on
Exactly. And this is before when I speak about the good combination, good marriage with soil and grape.
Yep.
In this area, this is the success of the wine. It's the combination for the soil, black soil, 100% lava, and this type of grape is acidity, minerality. There's a lot of people comparing this type of wine, same to Burgundy wine for the styling of the wine. No, the wine stay 1.5 years in the big barrel, 25 hectoliters. Big barrel, traditional big barrels.
The large format barrel.
Exactly. And after 6 months, 8 months in bottle before to sell.
8 months in bottles aging.
Yeah.
And this one is also $22.99 at Heights Chateau. What's a great meal to have this Alta Mora Etna Rosso wine?
Okay. Paragono. Okay.
Okay.
I have a beautiful, 1 year ago, I have a fantastic tasting in Japan.
Germany. Yep.
Japan.
Okay.
Yes. With a beautiful combination. This wine at 14-15 degree temperature of the bottle, and with tuna, red tuna, and with big salty, the salty from Hawaii. You know that is a big salty.
The salt from Hawaii.
Oh, from Hawaii. The salt.
Yes.
From Hawaii.
It's a fantastic combination. Tuna, a little bit red inside, and medium cooked, and with salty from Hawaii, and this wine.
So just a simple grilled tuna with salt and this red wine.
Very simple and luxury.
I love it. It's so amazing. See, now I never would have thought tuna. You know, I would have thought maybe, you know, a classic red sauce Italian meal or dish.
And it's really important that the wine is very versatile. It's good for the fish, from tuna, or with the traditional eat, or with
Truffle.
Maria likes so much the trifle, prepared this trifle with this type of.
Yep. That's great.
Very
I love
friendly, food friendly.
So let me remind everybody who's watching, because we're gonna wrap up in a moment here, how you can get these wines. And by the way, it's not, these are not, you can get the Nero d'Avola probably in lots of different places, but when we're talking to a winery like Cusumano Winery, you're not going to find some of these selections in the big box stores necessarily. You're probably not going to find them in Costco, for example, but you are going to find them in smaller, focused retailers like Chateau. And we're lucky in New York because we have lots of a diversity and some interesting wine retailers. And one of those is in Brooklyn Heights Chateau. And you can get any of these 4 wines we just talked about from this extraordinary winery, Cusumano. You can get them from Heights Chateau. You can email alex@heightschateau.com, or you can call the 718 number that's on the screen here. But try these, expand your palate, expand your wine horizons. One of the great things that we all of us who are involved with and watch the show and hang out on these Zooms is we get a chance to meet people like Diego that you normally don't get to meet in the United States. And so that's a wonderful opportunity to try new things. And so I applaud you, Diego. Un applauso. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Being part of this. And Maria, thank you so much for your support as well.
Thank you, Maria.
We look forward to seeing you. I think Maria, we started talking about it earlier, but I think that Sam Kimball needs to go here to Sicily and visit at
whenever you want.
And
you're very welcome.
And I think that everybody watching should take that opportunity to go to Sicily as well. So
sure. I suggest to you, if you come,
yes.
If you come in Sicily, we have a mission. Any guest of Cusumano increase 3 kilos in 1 week.
Wow, that's great. That's amazing. Well, you heard it here, everybody.
So wait when they come and check the weight when they go out.
That's great. I love that. By the way, if you're interested and you're watching and you want to know more about Cusumano, you can go to cusumano.it, like Italy. Cusumano, CUSUMANO.it is the website. So thank you again, Diego and Maria. We'll see you soon, I hope, and stay safe.
Grazie mille. Grazie mille.
Grazie mille. Okay.
Grazie mille. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye now.
Ciao, ciao.